Charles D'Angelo and his client Jack Holmes are here to share how Jack went from 381 pounds to 225 pounds, a loss of 156 pounds. However, as soon as I sat down, you go, let's say 160. You've thrown 4 more on there, right?
I have.
This is awesome. Tell us a little bit about your story.
I went from being a very overweight person who I think was in denial about how big that he was.
So were you a big kid?
I was not a big kid. It wasn't until I was 13, 14, 15 that I really put it on, went away to college and put it on substantially.
So what was the turning point for you that you were like, okay, I'm changing my life and I'm doing it now?
Well, I had kind of avoided going to doctors and getting blood work done. I finally decided to see a concierge physician, and they took my blood work and revealed it to me, and basically I was a solid. You know, my blood.
Right.
So it was time to change. My doctor and her son had been doing Charles's program through his book, Think and Grow Thin, and I knew that I needed somebody to work with, so I contacted Charles's office and started with him and dove right in and never looked back.
Did it seem overwhelming at first, or this is a pretty simple program?
You know, not at all. It is a simple program, but something I definitely want to emphasize is it is not a diet. It is a lifestyle change. It is a mental mind commitment to yourself. It's about accountability. And if you're not going to be accountable, Charles is going to remind you that you need to be accountable.
In a very gentle, supportive way.
He is so gentle and loving, just like a big teddy bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Not.
I mean, he does hold you accountable. Did that seem to help you? Were there days where you were like, I really need that?
It really does help me. And through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming up, I've actually said to Charles, usually we meet every 2 weeks. I've said, I'd really like to come in every week, just so if I'm having a little temptation, I can think of Charles's bright and shining face kind of, you know, infering, you know, a little bit of fear into me, so I know exactly how to stay on track.
We only have a minute, but you know, the holidays are hard for everybody. You have a tip.
I do. Whenever I'm at a party or anything where I see a smorgasbord of food, I will write down in my phone everything that I want to eat, cake, brownies, you know, corn dogs, whatever.
But you don't touch it.
Don't touch it. And then when I get home at night before I go to bed, I read it back to myself and I'm think, I am so glad I didn't eat that. I'm so glad I didn't eat that. And I'm so glad I didn't eat that. But without Charles, none of this would have been possible. You can do it too. Anybody can do it. Contact Charles. He is your man. Change your life for the better.
Who's paying who
I know,
here?
I'm
That's
just going to
pretty good,
say,
Charles.
it sounds like he's scripted. I would just say this, anyone out there who's really struggling, if you attack this and break it down into sizable, digestible pieces, step by step, you can definitely achieve the things that Jack has achieved. It all comes by realizing change doesn't happen overnight, but changing does.
I love it. If you would like Charles's help, call 314-495-3228. And for more information, visit charlesdangelo.com. Have a great holiday. You look amazing, Jack.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
You're welcome.